Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is February 22nd, 2025, and this is my weekly trade review of this SPX trade to a million trade. And I'll trade to a million, I can say, or broke again since I had a losing trade this week. This is off for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and kind of get through this and just let you see what happened this week. Monday was a holiday, so Tuesday, I was able to put that iron Condor on, 10Y, 0.2 Delta, thereabout. And I ended up doing a 61.45, 61.55 on the call side. On the put side, ended up doing a 60.95, 60.85, received a $2.90 credit. Got into that trade by 9:35 and was out of that trade by 9:48. That was the quickest day I think I've seen so far doing this trade, and was able to close it for that $2.20, around that 25%, and at least what I'm usually looking for. Next day, Wednesday, was able to put that iron Condor on, 10Y, 0.2 Delta, was able to receive, on the call side, I did it at 61.40, 61.50. On the put side, it was 60.90, 60.80. Received a $2.10 credit. It was a little bit lower than what I was expecting, but I said, let's take it and all. We got that trade on a little bit later than normal at 9:38, and was able to close it around 10.12 for a $1.50 debit and all. So, okay, still a good day. Thursday, I was able to get that iron Condor placed on, no problem. But at 9:33, credit side was, the call side was 61.45 by 61.55. The put side was 60.95 by 60.85. Received a $2.40 credit. Had to close it for 20 cents. I'll explain that a little bit here. Got into the trade by 9:33. Was out of the trade by 12:44. So a couple things happened this day. The trade went against us, went down to the strike that we had sold. We ended up getting, watching the market the way I watched the market, we got a bounce down here at our support 3 level and all. And as soon as the thing, got where I could get out of the trade a little bit profitable, I took that exit at 12.44 for 20 cents credit on this trade. It did ended up being an okay trade, but my rules tell me I should be out of this trade by 11 o'clock. But I was looking at the market bouncing and thinking that I could get where I could get out of the trade, and it did allow me to get out of the trade. And when I can do that, just again, break even, take the minimum profit that you're okay with, and be done with it. Although it did not end up being okay that day. But let's go ahead and take a look at Friday. Friday ended up being the mother of all losses. And I'll tell you that right up quick. But I was able to place that trade on my iron Condor at 61.45 by 61.55. On the put side, 60.80 by 60.70. And I thought I was down lower enough, but that still look like, you look at it, it still as it looks pretty close and all. One thing I'm going to have to start looking at is going to have to be days when I have to decide, well, don't place this trade. But I placed it and I got a $2.85 credit. I think it actually ended up in the accounting thing, it ended up giving me $3 credit on this thing. But as you can see, I placed that trade at 9:33. I was being hard-headed, want to go ahead and just see what's going to happen, since the previous day you had it came back okay, but you end up taking the mother of all losses. And that's why I made another little video. Check that video out, and I'll get a little bit more in detail about all that kind of stuff. But I ended up didn't get out of this trade at all. Ended up taking the mother of all losses, $10 and all. That's it. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the accounting sheet and see what it looks like there when you take a loss like that, and I'll let you see. First of all, I want to point that out right away. Again, $100,000. That's what's going to happen. Trading it this big, you're going to end up with a $100,000 loss in your account. But it wasn't that. Again, we look at the start of the day, 22nd at the end of that day, this day here. You want to look at your account, and we want to look at the account balances. It was at 306. So 306, and then at the end of this day, the 22nd. Yeah, that's the 22nd. That's the day. And this morning, you know, I was at 379. So again, I had made over 70,000, almost, yeah, over 70,000 that day. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll point that out here on this video, and I'll kind of talk about that on the next video. If you feel free to take a look at that. And as you can see, after them taking that $100,000 out of that, you end up with I'm down here at this and all. So when I take the difference between this number and this number, you start thinking, oh, it's not that bad. $27,000 is not that bad, but that could be really bad, for some and all. But that's where it's at. So again, just want to go over the numbers. I'll do the spreadsheet and all where we can see all this. I'm not going into all the trades and stuff that I actually did. You can see it here. You can actually see it here, stuff that I did. And I end up doing this. This is one of the things that I used to do in the past, and this is why I kind of went through it, and I want to try to see. I don't like doing this though. That's the whole other thing. I don't like going out here and doing these trades and all and trying to make my money back. And I'd rather just again have rules in place and have the strategy in place where I get out for the small loss instead of going through and taking more risk doing this type stuff right here. But I've done this before, and I want to try it again and see what it looks like. And that's it. And that's all I really want to share here, too. That's all. Again, I'm not doing the spreadsheet because I have to work through the spreadsheet, get the numbers all right and all. And I was debating if I should put these in there or not. And I will put these in here because, again, otherwise the numbers don't look right and stuff where you can see what happened. But I don't plan on doing this again. Again, the other video is showing you that I'm going to get where I actually have to close this trade. One of my rules and I got to get it in. That's why I take time to actually do this, get ingrained in my brain to do what I need to do in order to make sure I win. But that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. Check the other video out, and I get a little bit more into the details of that. This is Right Side Trader. Hope this is being useful, and I'll talk to you guys next week on this. Have a good one. Bye.